What's going on, everybody? It's Stock Picks by Tim, and today I'm going to get into Astra, and we're going to go over the charts. We're going to go over a couple articles and also warrant redemption. So let's get into it. So first off, we've got a new launch coming up here in February 26th, and this is another catalyst coming that will bring momentum into it coming up into February. So I'm getting in early. I already have shares of this one, but I will be buying this week, especially if we can pull back a little more, which I kind of do expect a little bit of a pullback. And there is a possibility that we will get a launch before that February 23rd, because as said by Chris Kemp, this is the CEO, he did say, I think the vehicle is ready for launch, and he is referring to LV 0008, and the one that did launch and make it to orbit was LV 0007. So in quotes, he also says, we're working on all the details around the dates and the range, and we'll be making some announcements soon as to the schedule, but don't expect a long wait for the next flight. And this to me is bullish news. This means there will be a catalyst coming up. We did have a pretty green day, but we did have a sell-off after hours. So I think for me, it's a great time to add some more to my position. And you can also see right here, the LV 0007 and 8, for example, belong to Astra's Rocket 3 line, and the company is also working on Rocket 4 and plans to conduct a few test flights with the first of those vehicles next year. And he also says we're out of test flight phase. We will be resuming with commercial payloads that'll be operating for our customers in low Earth orbit. And he also goes on to say this precision has a lot of value to our customers, the ability to fly something when they need it, flown to exactly the orbit and have it there in 10 minutes, which is a pretty powerful, unique capability that really just hasn't been available at scale in this industry before. So Astra isn't really competing with SpaceX or anything like that. They're kind of in a league of their own. They have successfully launched to orbit in quicker time than any other company before, and they do it for cheaper, which provides more value for other businesses or companies wanting to get a satellite or potentially other things out to orbit. And now hopping over to tip ranks, there really isn't much here. We do have a recent $13 price target, and this was actually reiterated about 6 days ago. So this is somewhat recent, and the $9 sell was about 2 months ago, and we will look in the chart at that 2 month ago time frame. But we do have an average price target of $11, so honestly, not much here with tip ranks. This is still a very slept on stock. Not many people talk about it. I think there's potential that we're going to see some analysts covering this one soon, and that's just my speculation. We did have about a 7.5% run up on the Friday, but it did take 3.6% back. And I think that's because of this news here about their warrants, and let's get into it. So this is going to be a dilutive effect. I think that's why we had that sell-off. It does make sense when you look at the time frame of when that was announced and the stock price accordingly. Anytime warrants get redeemed, it basically means that there's going to be some dilution. It's going to issue more shares. And you will see that it was right around this time that other analyst gave that $9 price target, and it did drop and came back. You will see that we broke that ascending channel to the upside, and then we quickly took it back. And that was when we had the good news. We gapped up. We went up pre-market. I believe it was like something like 40%. It was just insane, guys. But I saw that, and then it just dropped, took most of it back. And if you zoom in, you will see there's still a gap that we might potentially fill. And if we do that, we could see the bottom of this ascending channel at about 960, 975. And that does conveniently drop right around the 200-day. And when you look at the 100-day, actually, it seems lately, every time it hits the 100, it gets quickly eaten up. But this drop was because of the delay. Okay, so if you think about that, this drop was because of the delay. And I think it does want to bounce off of this 100-day. So I would like to pick it up here, preferably. Being patient, that would be a good potential thing to do. But seeing that it did pull back quite a bit and they made their rocket out to orbit, they achieved what they were set out to do. So I think it's worth more where it's at. To me, it has more value in it than it did when it was back here and people were speculating into it, or back here. You know, I think it has more value now, and I'm happy to scoop it up here. And take note though that after hours we did drop a little bit, so our current price is right there at about 1083. But I'm more than happy to buy this, especially in the low 10s. If it can come down even more, I'm long term on this. I don't mind. This was just a quick video about Astra. I'm very bullish on this one, and now that they succeeded, I feel like this should definitely be at a higher price, but I do expect this next week to be possibly negative, at which point I will be buying more, and I will happily buy more. But that's basically all I got for you. Just a quick update on Astra. I'm still bullish on this one. I still love Astra. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.